So what is the Sinclair Method protocol for alcohol use disorder? In this video, I'm going to answer that question. I'm going to talk about how this treatment protocol works, how long does it take to work, who this treatment is ideal for, and how it is that someone can get started on the Sinclair Method treatment protocol. My name is Katie Lane. I am a success story of the Sinclair Method treatment, and I'm also a co-founder at Thrive Alcohol Recovery, where we help you find freedom from problem drinking using the Sinclair Method so that you can live your best life. And by the way, before I get started, everything I'm going to talk about in this video can actually be found in this book here, The Cure for Alcoholism, which actually dives into all of the scientific research that's been done the last 30 years into this treatment protocol. So what is the Sinclair Method? So the Sinclair Method is a science-based treatment that's designed to help people reduce their alcohol consumption over time. The Sinclair Method is not a new treatment protocol. In fact, it was discovered in the 1990s by a doctor named Dr. David Sinclair. But unfortunately, a lot of people still don't even know that this treatment exists. The Sinclair Method protocol involves taking a medication called Naltrexone that is taken 1 hour before drinking alcohol. And that is the basic Sinclair Method protocol. Someone goes on naltrexone and they plan to take that medication 1 hour before drinking as long as they continue to drink. The Sinclair Method is not an abstinence-based treatment protocol because drinking is actually required as part of this treatment for at least a period of time. So this treatment is intended for people who are currently drinking and have a goal to reduce their drinking over a period of time. What's really incredible about the Sinclair Method protocol is that this treatment's actually been researched for decades and over again has proven to be a really effective treatment to help people reduce their drinking. Studies have shown this treatment has a success rate of around 78%, which is just incredible. So how is it that the Sinclair Method protocol works? So when naltrexone is taken 1 hour before someone consumes alcohol, this medication is actually blunting or blocking some of the euphoric effects that our brain experiences when we drink. And this is actually how and why alcohol becomes addictive in the first place, because it's extremely pleasurable for our brain. And so over time with repeated drinking, almost anybody can become dependent on alcohol because the brain gets so used to the reward that it gets from the substance. So when somebody takes naltrexone before drinking, it's blunting some of the euphoria or the rewarding effects. Now, it's important to note that even though the medication naltrexone is blocking some of the euphoric effects that people experience when they drink, it's not blocking the intoxicating effects of the alcohol. So people can still get buzzed, they can still get drunk on the medication, but it's just not as rewarding. And sometimes people will ask, well, what's the point of drinking if you're not getting the reward anymore? And the truth is, there is still some reward associated with drinking on the medication naltrexone. It's just not as rewarding. And I will say for myself, and I've heard this from others, is that I actually enjoyed to drink more on the medication naltrexone because it was giving me my control back over alcohol and I could trust myself again. You know, I could say I'm going to go out for 2 drinks and I would stick to 2 drinks, where before the Sinclair Method and naltrexone, I would almost always go overboard and binge drink and blackout. And so when somebody is taking naltrexone 1 hour before drinking, and they're doing this over a long period of time, what happens is the person is repeatedly drinking, but they're not getting the same reward anymore. And so ultimately, the brain begins to unlearn patterns of alcohol use disorder over time. And when that happens, a lot of people experience greater control when they drink. Their alcohol cravings and the mental preoccupation about drinking starts to fade away. And they notice that alcohol-free days become much easier and even effortless. So how long does it take for somebody to see full results on the Sinclair Method, whether their goal is to drink normally and drink moderately, or if they want to go alcohol-free in the end? This is a long-term treatment protocol, and when people join our program, we typically tell them to give it a year to see full results. It's important to remember that it took many of us years and years to develop a dependence on alcohol, and it will take time to unlearn it as well. The average time frame we've seen is about 9 months to a year, which is why would we tell our members to expect that time frame when they join our program? Some people will get there more quickly, others might take longer, but that's a good ballpark estimate of how long the treatment takes. I often like to equate the Sinclair method like a weight loss journey, where slow and steady and gradual changes often result in the most sustainable results over time. As I mentioned earlier, this treatment is ideal for people who are currently drinking alcohol and have a desire to reduce their drinking over time. If someone is alcohol-free and doing well in their recovery, we would never encourage them to start drinking again just for the sake of starting the Sinclair method. So how can you get started on the Sinclair method protocol? So there's two primary things you'll need in order to start this treatment. Number one, you're going to need a prescription to the medication naltrexone. And number two, you're going to need some type of support program in order to help you with the treatment protocol. Preferably, you would be getting the medication from a doctor who specializes in this treatment so that you get proper prescribing instructions. Unfortunately, a lot of general doctors just don't know about this medication and they may even refuse a prescription, unfortunately. In our program here at Thrive, we've partnered with physicians in all 50 states who specialize in this treatment and can prescribe their medication. And then in addition to that, our program will actually provide you with the day-to-day guidance through the treatment protocol so that you know what to expect. You'll have coaches and experts you can reach out to for support, as well as a peer community and just tons of resources that will help you be successful with this treatment. Thanks so much for watching. I hope this was helpful. For more information, head over to thrivealcoholrecovery.com.